community services staff.
We have a lot of people walking in Woodland now, and I don't know why. I think it's a boarding house on our street. And, because I do see the people in and out of any particular house, but I think it's a boarding house, when people are released from the jail or the prison, and we have kids in it as well. But I, wanted to bring it up about the special house. So we want this down here.
Yes, staff name, yes, ma'am.
That's all.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, next up is Mr. Glenn Ray. Again, Mr. Ray, if you would, in accordance with our rules, if you would please state your name and address, and would please let your comments through.
Glenn Ray, 39 down Hollow Road. I want to start off by saying this. I get up early in the morning to go vote for this vote time. Sometimes I stay in line for hours. To put people in office. To put people in office, I don't think that y'all working by the hour. You get a salary. And so you rush up for 3 minutes when we have a lot to say. This is what you do. But thank God for putting in office. And I don't appreciate that. I think that needs to be changed. I think we put you in office. And we should, when we get ready to talk, it should be more than 3 minutes. That needs to be changed. I also said that we need to take care of our kids. Rather, like we said, but the thing of it is, what love does, what love do. We need to show more love to our kids. I've been coming to this council too long, talking about the same thing on what we're going to do to support our kids. And I know the deal, and I see the same faces. There's a couple that I have been seeing. So you can't come in a game that people have been playing for years and then try to fix it. So I don't hold you accountable. But you should get on board and try to do the right thing. And I think that you need to take that 3 minutes off. And when the people come up and want to talk, you ain't got nowhere to go. Now we have to. So we need to do some things about that. Thank you.
All right, let's see. Mr. Jackson, if you would, again, of course, state your name and address and 3 minutes or less. Thanks.
I got it. I'm pissed off. I am highly pissed off. I see the same rigmarole going on in this city, and I see it in this council meeting. You do what you want to do when you want to do it, and how you want to do it. Mr. Jack, I don't appreciate, I know you're keeping the time, but when you have people that are saying important things that are important to you, to them, and to the city, I don't appreciate, I know it's your position, but as Glenn, he took my words from it, but I don't appreciate cutting them off. Let me say this. This ordinance that you all created for whatever reason, it needs to be it needs to be erased, taken off. The ordinance needs to be done away with. Because as Glenn said, when people get up here to speak, there should not be if you want to put a time limit on, say 10 minutes. Say 10 minutes, because most of the time you get ready to say something that faces people of this city, it takes more than 3 minutes to give your address. And then you want to cut them off when you get 2.5 minutes and say, well, you got 30 seconds. Come on. It needs to be some things done. It's like voter suppression. It's like suppressing the tongue and the mouth of the citizens that have something to say. It's like going to the polls and saying, your vote don't count if you don't vote the way I want you to vote. It's like standing up here and telling us that what we have to say doesn't matter because you don't have enough time to express yourself. Another thing I want to talk about, we got things going on in this city. People coming around dumping stuff in the alleys. Not 2 blocks away from here, you got mattresses on the ground. You got couches on the street and things. And these people that are dumping this, and most of them are not from Anniston. Most of them are not from the area that is being affected. Most of them are driving around after midnight with stuff on the back of that truck, and they're looking for a place that they can just drop stuff in this city. And if we want to do something about it, when we have a storm, a tornado or a hurricane, then the municipalities in this area and the other governmental agencies, they come together and they get dumpsters and they pick up all the stuff that the storm dumps. But we can't take some of the PPP money that some people find able that they can take money to Fort Clever out of the golf course to do some $100,000. They can get money to go down here and take an old tire store and buy it and say they're going to make a...
All right, Mr. Jackson, your 3 minutes have expired. Can you very quickly wrap that up?
Just very quick, change this ordinance about how you speak in town. You don't need to be get on a list to say that you'll be able to speak 3 minutes. Why don't we just write letters and put it in the newspaper?
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Okay, at this time we'll move on to council comments. Jay, let's start with you.
All right, thank you all for being here tonight. Thank everybody for the comments, for hearing them. We'll take them into account. Thank you.
First of all, I'd say good evening, everybody. Thank y'all for coming. I'd say good evening, everybody. Thank y'all for coming. Now, I'm not going to give any rebuttal to anything anyone said, but what I will say is this. My number is 256-499-4218. I've always been very open. I've always been very accessible. If I don't answer the phone, I will call you back. Now, there were a lot of things that were said in today. There were a lot of things that have been said that I guarantee you, if you sit down and talk to somebody, you will see that you're very misconceived. I promise that. I promise you that. I don't care what it was. See, we have to get out of this habit of talking at me. And every time I come up, I thank everybody for being here. I thank the staff because I appreciate everything they do. See, it's all about delivery. Now, if we can't come together and sit down and have a conversation, I don't care if it's about a peanut in the middle of the road. If we can't come together and talk about that in a peaceful manner, because at the end of the day, sometimes it gets crazy, and I'm usually the most joyful one here. But yes, we were elected, and yes, this has been the format. If you're unhappy with the format, we hear you. But ladies and gentlemen, when you come to the meeting and you yell and scream and holler, and you haven't even given us the courtesy to try to help resolve it before, sometimes it just, something else, we're missing a piece. We're all human. If we can't sit down and talk about a resolution to what we're dealing with, then we may need to get someone else to deal with the resolution. Okay? God bless y'all. I love y'all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it.
We are truly dancing around the elephant in the room. And while I appreciate the Martin Luther King quotes, the fact of the matter is, I agree with the sentiments that Mumford and Councilman Roberts stated in saying that we need to continue on with our quarterly meetings with the school board. Today we voted on $45,000 from fiscal year 2022. We had $100,000 that was allocated for the school system. $55,000 was voted on to pay the salary of a teacher for the Helping Families Initiative, something that I brought forward to Dr. Hill. So we're giving them the $45,000. The $200,000 is being allocated to them from fiscal year 21. The reason why those funds were withheld from them from 2021 is because they failed to produce an audit. So here we are. It is now council discretion on how we utilize those funds. Since I have been in office, we have never, check the records, this is public information, said a no vote to giving the school board funds. You are a public school board. The same amount of transparency that we have to give as council members, as a governing body of this should have been an opportunity for collaboration, this has continued to be an opportunity for conflict. There has been truly a rift in between the council and the school board for years. It is now up to us to be able to navigate that and move forward. We have shown time and time again that we are willing to support you all, and the votes prove that. And that's all I have to say in regards to that matter. For the trash ordinance, the last work session, we talked about suspending the ordinance. That has not been done quite yet, but we made it very clear that we will be going back on that ordinance with parameters set in place to offer an alternative to cleaning up the city. Just as much of you guys have said this city is a mess, I absolutely agree with you, and I want to make sure that we get it cleaned up. So you will have more information moving forward on how we're going to, get that done. November 10th, I will have a town hall for Ward 3. Everybody else from the ward is also welcome to talk. I will be covering a myriad of topics, including ordinances, trash ordinances, school funding, and more. I think that's an opportunity for us to also be able to talk without minutes, 3 minutes. That's an open dialogue for us to be able to get through. And I'm also inviting other council members to be a part of that if there's questions that you have to ask. I say all that to say is, we're trying to do the right thing. At least I can speak for myself that I am trying to do the right thing. And the proof is in the pudding. I can speak on facts all day. Thank you and have a good evening.
Ms. Harris.
I appreciate everyone coming, and I look forward to working with the school board for better communication. It's obvious from what happened that there's some real misunderstandings, and I believe that if we sat down together, we would have a better understanding. But I do appreciate everyone being here, and I hope you have a nice evening, and again, thank you.
I too appreciate all the comments. I mean, obviously, open dialogue like this is necessary in order to resolve the issues that we face. And it is important that we continue to partner with other governmental entities, and obviously the Anniston City School Board is one such governmental entity. I agree that we need to have these quarterly meetings to have an ongoing dialogue, and think that we can do that. And so again, I appreciate y'all coming out, appreciate all those watching online. With that, I will move that we stand in adjournment. Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Jenkins?
Yes.
Councilmember Roberts?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Harris?
Yes.
Mayor Griffin?
We are adjourned. Yes.